Namaste and very good afternoon to all of you. I welcome all of you to the third day of these online classes. Yesterday we were discussing about the exploring forces. So today we are going to continue the same topic. Before I start today's topic, so let us have a quick recall of the first two classes so that it will give a perfect connection between the two, all the three classes. In the very first day, we have learned about different actions that we do in our day-to-day life. So we have made a list of enough number of actions and we have grouped all these actions either as a push or as a pull based on the action, that is the effect of force. If the force is causing the body to move away from our body, that is a push. Okay, all the actions which causes this effect, so which takes the object away from our body, are listed under a class of force called push. Okay, class called push. Again, there is one more category of actions in which the object comes towards our body. Okay, that is called pull. So we have grouped all the actions, so which comes under pull and push. Next, based on these discussions, we defined force. What is force? Force is defined as either push or pull applied on an object. Applied on an object. Okay, next, what else we discussed? So in the next class, that is yesterday's class, so we took another subtopic, that is force arises due to an interaction. What do you mean by interaction? Interaction is the action between the two objects. So whenever force comes into picture, so when you are lifting a bucket of water, so there is an interaction between the bucket and your hand. You have to bring your hand in contact with the bucket. So then only the force you can exert on the bucket, you can lift the bucket of water. So there is an interaction always. So if there is no interaction between the person and the car, the person cannot exert a force on the car. So person is the agent and car is the object. You know what is agent? Agent is something which exerts force. Agent is something which do pushing or pulling. Then what is object? Object is something on which force is exerted. So we took different examples. Two girls pushing each other. In this example, both the girls are agent and both the girls are object. Again, in this game of tug of war, so both the teams are pulling the rope towards themselves. So in this game, which is the agent? Both the teams are agents, both the teams are objects. Again, in this example, cow and the man, both are agents, both are objects. So that is what we have learned in the previous class. Next, exploring forces. A boy is pushing the heavy box because the box is heavy, so it's not moving at all. Then he asked the help of his friend, and now both are pushing the box in the same direction. Two forces are acting now. Your force is F1 and your friend's force is F2. So what is the total force on the box? It is the sum of your force and your friend's force. Ft is equal to F1 plus F2. So if you take F1 as 10 Newton and F2 is also 10 Newton, then the total force is 10 plus 10, it is 20 Newton. Okay. If two forces acting on an object in the same direction, to find the total force, we'll add both the forces. We'll take the sum of the two forces. Fine. In today's class, and I gave some set of questions in the yesterday. class. So there were 5 questions, but so far I have not received even a single assignment. It's a warning. So you have to answer yesterday's questions and today's questions. Today also I'm going to give set of questions. So and today only you have to send. So fine. Uh, Before I take the concept of exploring force, I think it is meaningful to have some knowledge about the magnitude and direction of force. Force has both magnitude and direction. Like a coin, imagine a coin. Coin has two faces. Every coin has two faces. So like that, force has two faces. One is magnitude face, another one is direction face. You cannot have force only with the magnitude or only with the direction. So force has both aspects, magnitude and direction. We'll see what is magnitude, meaning of magnitude, the word magnitude. So you might have heard in earlier classes also. Okay, magnitude means strength or quantity or amount. So not only force, you can take mass. Okay, when you take a mass of this mouse, it has certain amount of mass. That is called magnitude. What is the amount of mass this object, this mouse has? That is the magnitude. What is the mass of a table? So we say it is 10 kg. That 10 kg is there now, that is called magnitude. That is the amount of mass. That is the quantity of mass. That is the strength of mass. Similarly, the force, when you are applying a force, say you are applying a force on the chair. Again, you are applying a force on the table. To move the chair and table, do you need the same amount of force? No. To move the chair, we need less force, say 5 Newton. Again, to move the table, can you move the table with the same 5 Newton force? No. You need 10 little larger force compared to the force we use to move the chair. That is this time 10 Newton force. So that 5, that 10, that is nothing but magnitude of force. How much force is you are exerting? Whenever you are exerting a force, say you are hitting the football, how much force you are exerting on the football? That is nothing but magnitude of force. In physics, we use the word magnitude. The term magnitude we use in physics. That is the technical term we use. So in general, you can remember magnitude as strength, strength of force, how much force you are exerting, quantity of force, amount of force, all these things. Fine. Next, what is the direction of force? See, when you are exerting a force, imagine you are exerting a force on the chair or table or football. You are exerting the force in a particular direction. You cannot exert the force in all the directions. Say you are kicking the football towards the goal. Towards the goal, you are exerting a force. See in this example, two boys are pushing the box in this direction. The arrow mark is showing the direction of force. Okay. Again, in this example, the football is hit by some agent. So this arrow mark is showing the direction of force. So direction in which force is applied or exerted is called direction of force. So in all the forces, whether it is smaller force like 1 Newton or larger force like 100 Newton, 1000 Newtons. See in case of train, okay, the engine of the train is pulling nearly 15 or 20, okay, the bogies, okay, wagons. So it is pulling in a particular direction. That okay, 400 Newton force is exerting. Imagine that train engine is pulling all the bogies with a force of 4,000 Newton. There 4,000 Newton is the magnitude. That is the strength of the force. And the direction is, so always train moves in a particular direction. That is the direction of application of force. Direction in which force is exerted. So direction in which force acts is called direction of force. So like these students, force as both magnitude and direction. Whenever you are expressing the force, okay, say you are pushing a heavy object, okay, in order to express that force, how much force you have exerted on the box. So the answer is, say I have exerted 50 Newton force. This is incomplete expression because you have not mentioned the direction there. Because force has direction also. You have to mention direction also. What is the force? Force is equal to 50 Newton towards so and so direction. So towards north, towards northeast, towards south, okay, or towards Ganapati temple, or towards the hostel. So like this. So when I ask you to express the force, you have to express the force by mentioning its magnitude as well as direction. So first magnitude will come, how much force you are exerting, say 50 Newton, 100 Newton, 1000 Newton, then direction, followed by direction. So you have to mention both. Okay, fine. Next. What is the SI unit of force? What do you mean by SI unit? See, when I ask you, what is the mass of the table? So mass is another physical quantity like force. Like force, mass is a physical quantity. What is the mass of the table? So your answer is, say 10 Newton. Okay. Sorry. Mass 10 kg. Sorry, 10 kg. Mass of the table is 10 kg. What is that kg there? Can't you say only 10? So mass of the table is 10. No. Okay, it is meaningless, no? 10. 10 is just a number. Okay. So it cannot become a quantity there. 10 is just a number. So when I add kg, so it gives the complete idea of, okay, the mass of the table. I can even say 10. When you say 10, I can even add their grams, kilograms, kg, tons. Okay, which is suitable there? Kg is suitable because the mass of the table cannot be 10 grams or 10 tons also. So kg is correct unit there. So unit gives the complete idea about the quantity. So fine. In the same way, how we use kg as the SI unit of mass to measure the mass of an object, we use kg as a SI unit. Force, when you are applying a force on the table or on the football, yeah, we use a unit called Newton. 5 Newton. I have applied 10 Newton force on the table. Okay. So what is this Newton? Actually, Newton is the name of the scientist. Sir Isaac Newton. All of you have heard. Very famous scientist. Why the name of this scientist has taken here, has coined here? Because Newton, he did a research on the force, concept of force, and he studied this about this force for several years, and he collected lot of information, knowledge, and he revealed to the world, okay, this is the nature of force, and this is how the nature force behaves, okay, and so that it helped all of us to study about the force and to control about the force, to have a control about that. Therefore, to remember that particular scientist always, towards the respect of that scientist, so we have taken the name of that scientist as a SI unit. Fine. So we'll continue yesterday's concept of exploring force. Yesterday we took the first concept, that is two forces are acting on the same object in the same direction. Okay, two forces F1 and F2 are acting on the same object in the same direction. What is the total force? So to find the total force, we have to add both. Okay, we have to add both the forces. So that is first case we took. Today we'll take another case, that is the two forces F1 and F2 acting on the same object in the opposite direction. Yesterday the two forces were acting in the same direction. This today we are taking, they are acting in the opposite direction. Then what is the total force? We'll take one example here. When two forces are acting on the same object but in the opposite direction, there are three cases. First case, what is the first case? See the diagram here. See, this is F1. This boy is exerting a force on this box in this direction. That is F1. And this boy is exerting in the opposite direction. So they are acting in the opposite direction now, not in the same direction. And F1 and F2 are same. This is first case. Two equal forces are acting on the same object in the opposite direction. This is first case. What is the total force? We are going to find. Second case is two forces are acting on the same object in the opposite direction, but F1 is greater than F2. So what is the total force? In which direction the box moves? So we are going to find both. Next, the third case is F2 is greater than F1. The second case, F1 is greater than F2. Here I have taken F2 is greater than F1. What is the total force on the object on the box in each case, and what in which direction the box moves? So we are going to find both. Okay, we'll take the first case. What is the story of this case? Two forces are acting, only two forces, and both are same. So what is the total force? So this time I have taken minus here, not plus. In the previous case it is plus. Here I added two forces F1 and F2. I took the sum, but I will take the difference here. I'm going to take the difference of the two forces. Why I am taking difference? Minus. Why I am subtracting here? Subtracting one from another, because two forces are acting in the opposite direction. The effect of this force is cancelled by the effect of this second force, because they are moving in the opposite directions. So since both the forces are equal, 10 minus 10 is equal to 0. So what is the total force? Net force or total force on the object is 0, since both the forces are equal. Okay, one force is cancelled by the other. So now on the box there is no force acting. So does the box move in any direction? No, because the force acting on the box is 0. Okay. Second case, we'll take the second case. Here F1 is 20 Newton, F1 is 50 Newton. So F1 is greater by 5 Newton. So what is the total force? So again we have to subtract, take the difference, because whenever two forces are acting in the opposite direction, we have to subtract from larger force, a smaller force from larger force. So 20 Newton is the larger force, smaller force is 50 Newton, F2 is smaller. So that is equal to 5 Newton. So what is the total force acting on this box? Only 5 Newton force. In which direction this 5 Newton force act? It acts in the direction of F1, larger force. So this 5 Newton force acts in the direction of larger force. So 15 Newton force is cancelled by 15 Newton here, and 5 Newton force is remaining now. That 5 Newton force is acting in this direction. That is in the direction of F1. So the box moves in the direction of F1. Okay, in this direction. The third case, F2 is greater compared to F1 by 15 Newton. Here 15 is there, here 30 is there, it is greater by 50 Newton. So what is the total force? Again we subtract, because two forces are acting on the same box in the opposite direction. Whenever forces act in the opposite direction, we subtract, take the difference. So since F2 is greater, we take F2 minus F1. So the difference is 50 Newton. So this 15 Newton force is acting on the box. Okay. And this 15 Newton force is acting in which direction? Because force as direction, as I told. So this 15 Newton force has direction. What is the direction? It is from F2 to F1. That is in this direction. It is in the direction of F2. So the box is moving in the direction of F2 now. Okay, fine. That is all about that. See here one more um, situation I have taken. So cow is pulling the man, man is also pulling the cow. Means two forces acting in the opposite direction. So this situation I can convert it into an example. I have converted here. So box, okay, and this is the cow force exerted by the cow, F2, and this is the force exerted by the man. So it is 20 Newton. It is 20 Newton. Both are same. Again, forces are acting in the opposite direction. See the difference here. Here also same forces are acting, but the direction of forces is towards the object. But here away from the object. They are acting in the opposite direction only, but they are acting away from the object. Since both the forces are same, total force is F1 minus F2. You can take any one first, subtract the other, because both are equal. So the difference is 0 Newton. So do you think the object move? No, because now the force acting on the object is 0. So object doesn't move in any direction. So here I have taken one more, okay, little bit bigger one. Okay, there is a big box on which there are 6 forces acting: F1, F2, F3, F4, F5, F6. See the direction of forces, direction of different forces. The direction is very important. So F1 has direction in this way, F2, F3, and one more F4. Okay, so F4 is acting in the opposite direction. That is in the opposite side, but it is acting in the direction same as that of F1, F2, F3, but it is acting on the other side of the box. But all the 4, F1, F2, F3 and F4 are acting in the same direction. F5 and F6 are acting in opposite direction. They are acting in the same but in the opposite direction compared to F1, F2, F3 and F4. Okay, what is the total force acting on this box now? We have to find out. Okay, here there are 3 steps. Step number 1. Find the total force, means sum of all the forces acting in the same direction. See here F1, F2, F3 and F4 are acting in the same direction. We have to find the sum of all the 4 forces first. I have taken that as FR, means towards right side. They are acting towards right side. So the total force acting on the box towards right side, FR, is equal to F1 plus F2 plus F3 plus F4. So what is the value of F1? F1 is 12 Newton. So 12 Newton. F2 is 15 Newton. F3 is 20. F4 is 30. So add all the 4, you will get 77 Newton. So in step 2, I'll add all the forces which are acting towards left side. So there are 2 forces, F5 and F6 are acting on the box towards left. So I have taken FL, total force acting on the box towards left side, that is equal to F5 plus F6 is equal to 50 Newton. This is 50 Newton plus 15 Newton. So that is equal to 65 Newton. Okay. Now you compare these 2 forces, FR and FL, which is greater? Fr is greater, means the total force acting on the box towards right side is greater than the total force which is acting towards left side. So which is greater, that you have to take first, then subtract the smaller force from the larger. So it is total force is equal to Fr minus F1, that is equal to 77 Newton minus 65 Newton, that is equal to 12 Newton. So that is the difference. Okay, like this, when more than 2 or 3 forces are given acting on the same object in different directions. So don't get confused. So you take all the forces which are acting in the same direction first, you add all the forces. Again, you take all the forces which are acting in the opposite direction, add all, then you compare which is greater, which is smaller. You subtract the smaller force from the larger, you will get the answer. That is the total force acting. Now 12 Newton force is acting in which direction? The total force acting on the box is now 12 Newton. It's acting in which direction? In this left, towards left side or right side? Okay, so it is always act in the direction of larger force. So this 12 Newton acts in the direction of larger. Which is a larger? This Fr is larger. So force acting on the box towards right side, that is larger. So this is 12 Newton force is acting in this direction, that is in the direction of F1, F2, F3 and F4. All these 4 forces are acting towards right side. So 12 Newton force is acting in the direction of F1, F2, F3 and F4, that is in this direction. Okay, so the box moves in this direction. Always the object moves in the direction of greater force. Okay, fine. This is all about the today's class. So in the today's class, we have learned the other 2 to 3 cases of exploring forces. That is, when 2 forces are acting on an object in the opposite direction. So what is the total force? How to find the total force? We have to take the difference, not the sum, difference. You have to take the larger force and subtract the smaller force. So in case of both the forces are equal, so there is no problem. You can easily subtract, and object doesn't move if the 2 forces are equal, so because the total force is 0. So one force is cancelled by the other force. So if F1 is greater than F2, you have to take F1 minus F2. So then object moves always in the direction of greater force. So in which direction the greater force act? So 20 Newton is the greater force. Object moves in that direction. So your F2 is greater than F1. So object moves in the direction of F2. Okay. So here the 2 forces are acting on the body in the opposite direction away from the object. So here also we take the difference only because the 2 forces are acting in the opposite direction. So, and in this case, okay, there are 6 forces are acting. So don't get confused. Add all the forces which are acting in the same direction first. Then add all the forces which are acting in the opposite direction. Then compare which is greater, which is smaller. Take the difference. You will get the total force. So question may come for the exam from this concept, that is numericals. So you work out these assignment questions, okay, and send to my Gmail. So thank you all of you.